everybody. Welcome back to my channel, to my book recs. This is the place where I will share all of the book love, the romance book love specifically, and just my book recommendations for everything. So this video is dedicated to my favorite series in the whole world by one of the best romance authors out there. And that is, I'm going to try and hold them all up here. Apologize for the awkwardness. It is dedicated to the BERGMAN Brothers series. And look how beautiful they all are. So this series is written by Chloe Liese. Chloe Liese. Yes, I think I'm saying that right. And book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is complete as of this year, as of this month. The series is finally complete, and I am not okay / so okay / everything in between reading the rest of this series. I have loved this whole series since, when did I first start reading them? I think I first started reading them, Always Only You was my first book, I think, that I read. So that would have been 2020 or 21 or 22 is when I first found the series, although I feel like they've been with me forever. So I'm going to put them down because they're heavy and I don't want them to get damaged. But the first, hold on. Okay. The first 6 books in the series I have are the indie versions. So the series was originally indie published, but last year they were acquired by Berkeley. So that's been exciting for Chloe as she has transitioned this beautiful series from indie to trad. I do not have the full trad versions yet, but they're in the mail on the way. That's what I used the Target sale for, the buy 2 get 1 free. I figured I'll buy 6 books, buy 4 get 2 free. That's how math works. So I know how math works when it involves books. So that's where we are. Okay, I'm going to start with the latest, and that is Only and Forever. Look at this gorgeous cover, guys. Just look at the gorgeous colors, the yellow spine. I also have this book coming. Okay. I also have this book coming from the UK publisher, because it matches the indie cover. So this is the indie cover of If Only You. And you can see they're different types of covers, but the UK version of Only and Forever follows this same format that the first 6 have followed with their covers. So I got the UK one so that I can have a cover to match what I already have with the indies. And then I'll have the trad versions from Berkeley US, which will match these covers. May sound a little silly. Maybe if I can figure out how to include pictures, stickers in the video, I'll show you what I mean. But, okay, let me see if I can make that work. So the trad Berkeley covers that look like this, here's what the other 6 look like. And the indie covers / UK penguin covers look like this. So bottom line is I'm going to have 2 full complete sets of these series. Actually, that's a fib. I'm going to have 3 whole sets of these books because I also purchased the Afterlight exclusive editions of these books, which look like this. I think these, don't take me at my word for this, but I'm pretty sure that they are still available in the Afterlight bookshop, but they are expensive because it's a whole set and they're coming from the UK. So if you want this set, be prepared to pay for it. Anywho, nothing is sponsored by anything, guys, here. This is just me talking. Only and Forever is the last book of the series. And you guys, I did not want to finish this book. I read the first, I read the first 200 pages. It's about 350 pages is this book. And I read the first 200 pages in one day. One day. The day I got this book, I read the first 200 pages. And then it took me like a week and a half to get through the rest of the book because I just didn't want it to end. I not only have loved this series since it came out, but I specifically have loved this character, Viggo Bergman, who has been just the most chaotically loving character throughout the whole series as like the side character. I have been waiting for his story and it's the last one and I just was not ready for it to end. I was not ready to be at the end of the Bergman series. I just wasn't. And it's like, I know that I can always go back and read these, but I'm only going to get to read them for the first time once. And I didn't want, and I didn't want it to end. I just didn't want it to end. So I did finish reading it. This is my bookmark is right here. And I'm reading it for the second time. I'm rereading it right now. And as I'm rereading it, I'm doing annotations. I am so, it's taken me a little while to get comfortable with book annotations because I am always terrified that I'm going to mess something up or I'm going to mark it wrong or this, that, or the other thing. I'm just terrified something's going to happen to it. But because I am going to have these books in 3 different forms, I have decided I'm going to do annotations on the Berkeley Trad versions because I figured if I do mess something up on these, they're a lot easier to replace or figure something out versus like these indie books are not annotated. And I'm probably not going to do anything to my indie copies because I don't want to risk hurting them when I can't buy them anymore. So that's my deal. That's my plan. Okay. I keep going off on tangents here, guys. This is just, you sign up for this when you click on the video. So anywho, Only and Forever is the loveliest story, and it was the perfect book to end the series. As much as I have loved Viggo from the very beginning, I could not have picked a better duo to finish out this series because I don't want to spoil anything. I just want to say that these two, Tallulah and Viggo they're examples not just of the beautiful love stories that Chloe Liese writes, but they also represent the growth that this whole family has gone through over the past 7 books. The years spanned it. It's not just 7 years. There's probably 15 to 20 years from book 1 to book 7. And so like the whole family has grown up so much, including Viggo, who is not the youngest, but he's close. I think he might be the second youngest in the family. So when we met him in book 1, he was a teenager and now he's a man. He's a fully grown man who's trying to make it. He's trying to fulfill his dreams, and he has obstacles and he has fears and anxieties like everybody, but he just has such a good and romantic heart. And that's why I've loved him for 7 books. And I was so excited to read his book. And I'm so glad that I'm glad that I took that week and a half to finish the book and that I'm taking my time and rereading it because I feel like I'm savoring it that much more. And that's exactly what Viggo deserves. He deserves to be savored. And I mean that in every way possible. He deserves to be savored. And I love this. I love this book so much. I love this series so much, more than words can describe. I know I keep saying the same phrase, I love this so much, over and over again, but that's just because I cannot form the words to tell you how beautiful this series is, but I'm going to try. So, Only and Forever is book 7. We're going to go backwards. If Only You is Sebastian and Ziggy's book. So Ziggy is the youngest Bergman sibling, and this is a Bergman sisters book. They even changed the spine to go from a Bergman Brothers novel to a Bergman sister novel, because Ziggy is one of two sisters in the Bergman family. It's a group of 7 siblings. Sorry, I feel like I should have said this from the beginning. It's a family of 7. It's a family of 9. Okay. There's mom and dad and 7 kids. And each book represents the love story of, one of the siblings. So it's called the Bergman Brothers series. And Ziggy's book and Freya's book are a Bergman sister novel. So back on track. If Only You is Ziggy and Seb, and these two are the dorkiest, steamiest, loveliest couple. They are so freaking cute. And this is also very much like a coming of age type of book for Ziggy, because like I said, because she's the youngest, when we meet her in the first book, she's very much still a kid. She's a teenager kid. And now in her book, she's a full adult and trying to explain to her family that she's not the little baby bird anymore. She's a fully grown woman who has learned how to advocate for herself and to take care of herself. And while she loves her family and she always wants them there supporting her, she's able to do it for herself now too. She doesn't need them holding her hand at every step. Okay, I'm going to pause because I just got a terrifying thought that I'm not recording. So I'm going to make sure I'm recording real quick. Hold on. Okay, yes, I was recording, but I just had that terrible thought that I wasn't. And I was like, wait a minute, I got to stop now. Don't go through all this to have it not be recorded. That's the quickest way to ensure that it never gets done again. Okay. If Only You, Ziggy and Seb is book number 6. Book number 5 is one of my all-time favorite books ever. And it's Everything for You. And it's Oliver and Gavin. Oliver Bergman is the closest to Vigo. So Oliver and Vigo are not twins, but they kind of operate like twins because they're just so close to each other in age. And they're so close to each other in age, and the siblings on either side of them are very far apart in age. So they've just operated like twins. And they are what do they call them in the book? The man cubs. They call Oliver and Vigo the man cubs because they just are little chaos bunnies hopping around, being cute and causing chaos. But Oliver and Gavin are a grumpy sunshine duo on the same soccer team, and they are just so freaking cute. I love this story so much because not only is the romance great, the romance story great, the plot, the subplot's great, but all the little one-liners throughout the book are hilarious, and the personalities of both of these characters are just top-notch, A++, so freaking good that I don't know if I've ever read a book that quite had me loving every single particular part of it from beginning to end. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe you love the plot and the characters, but there's some little things you don't like so much, or vice versa, or anything like that. Everything from start to finish, she's perfect. Okay. Book number 4. This was not the first book I read. No, this was the second book I read, I think, in the series. And I did not read these in order the first time they came out. So let that just be a warning right now. But With You Forever, this book means so much to me. I love this book so much, obviously, but these characters are the loveliest characters I have ever read in a story ever. Okay. They are so incredibly kind, soft, loving, deeply loving characters that I've ever read. And it just made reading their love stories so authentic and so wanting. Like I just wanted them both to be happy. These are two characters. I'm sorry, I didn't say their names. Bergman and Rooney. Sorry, my stutter's coming out. Axel and Rooney have both been through some hurt in their lives. They've both had some things that just have left them feeling kind of raw and vulnerable and not thinking the best of themselves for certain reasons. And they just find so much compassion and grace and just unconditional love with each other. They both kind of overcome some lies they've believed about themselves and also found ways to accept some hard truths about themselves, or truths that they thought were hard about themselves. They realized weren't, they were just them. And they find their love in one another, realizing that they actually deserve the love the other gives. And it's just so special to read. This is the book I probably cried the most in. Well, you know what? I cried a lot reading Only in Forever, but I think that was because it was the last book that I was having a lot of emotions. Next to Only in Forever, I can't look at that one objectively right now. Okay. It's still so raw. Okay. This one made me cry a lot because I just really loved seeing them get their happy ending. So with you forever, my babies. And I love the purple cover and the animals. The animals in these books, the pets, top notch. Okay. Book number 3. I just realized that I'm not showing you guys the cover art for these as I'm going through them, but maybe I'll go back through in order and show you the cover art. Cause, it's chaos here. So, Ever After Always is obviously one of my faves. I love it so much. This was probably one of the first marriage and crisis tropes I read and made me fall in love with the trope. It is an underrepresented trope. I love it so much. Marriage and crisis is so real. It's so authentic. It shows the after the happily ever after type of thing. And they show that and that's why I think, and in this book, you'll read Ever After Always is an intentional spin off of the happily ever after, because living your life with someone, living in a marriage, living in a partnership, growing a family for years, for decades, right, means not every moment's going to be happy. You're going to have hard moments. You're going to have the things that create a challenge, the things that what people mean when they say a marriage is hard, a marriage is work, means that that's part of it. And so it's not that they're going to be, part of their happily ever after is that they're not going to be happy all the time. So Freya Bergman, the Bergman sister, Freya and Aiden, I've got to remember to say the character names. Freya and Aiden make a deal with each other that they're not in a happily ever after, they're in an ever after always, meaning the happy and the sad, the good and the bad, the hard and the soft, they're always going to show up for each other and be there for one another. And they're always going to choose each other and their family. It's ever after always. And I just think that's so beautiful. And I'm not explaining it well. Do not take my words for what this is supposed to be. Just go read the book and it'll explain it so much better, I promise. But this is just such a beautiful story talking about how life is hard and the goals that we have, the insecurities that we have, the anxieties, the fears, the loves, the dreams, the hopes, they're all interconnected, and you got to talk to your person and you got to make a plan. You got to have grace and kindness and respect. And I think that is shown so beautifully in this story. I love Freya and Aiden so much. This is the second Bergman sister. I'm sorry, this is technically the first Bergman sister novel, but Freya is the oldest Bergman. I believe Freya is the oldest. Yeah, Freya is the oldest and Z's the youngest. That's right. The girls kind of bookend the family and her husband Aiden. And I love them so much. Okay. Number 2, this was the very first Bergman book that I read that led to this journey that we are on today. And it's because of this book that I'm here with you right now, friends. and that is Always Only You. My loves. My loves. Ren Bergman has my whole heart and soul, and if he were real, my body too. But this little cookie here, Frankie, would not let me have him. No ma'am. Frankie is one of my favorite heroines in a romance book because it's another grumpy sunshine. She's grumpy, he's sunshine, and they just have so much fun and love with each other. It's another book that deals with some overcoming maybe some lies that they thought about themselves, or realizing that the truths about them are not hard, or if they are hard, they're still worthy. But just realizing that everything you are makes you worthy of everything you deserve. There's nothing really in spite of that. It's part of that. Again, if I'm not making sense, then just turn the video off and go read this book. That's my advice, because Ren and Frankie have the loveliest story ever. I don't know if I've read a story quite like theirs anywhere else. It is unique, fantastic, amazing, marvelous, everything in between. I love them so much. These are the reasons that I am here. And also look at this beautiful cover. Isn't this the prettiest color? Prettiest color. So Always Only You, my babies, my Bergman babies, Ren and Frankie. And now, number one, the book that started it all. These babies. Only When It's Us, Ryder Bergman and, oh my gosh, Willa. I forgot her name. My apologies, guys. This is me thinking on the spot. I love this cover, first of all. Look at this dark green. It's gorgeous. But Ryder and Willa, they're like enemies, rivals. Not really rivals. They're enemies to lovers for sure. But they are the best enemies to lovers you'll ever read. And I mean that. So there's a lot of growth in this book. Like I said, this is book number one. So everyone in the family, everyone we just met, are still pretty young because Ryder is in college. Yeah, this is a college novel. And Ryder is the middle child. So Freya and Aiden, from book 3, are older. Axel's older. Yeah, it's Freya, Axel, Ryder, I'm pretty sure. So that means Oliver, Vigo, Ziggy, and Ren are younger than Ryder in this book. So they're, high school, early college age. All of that to say, this is where we meet everyone. And this is where we first get to fall in love with every single Bergman family member ever. And it's the reason that the rest of them get to exist, because these people, these beautiful characters, are so good and so lovely, and they find such the most beautiful happily ever after with each other. And it's so funny because, like I said, I read Always Only You first, and in this book, Ryder and Willa are the ooeyest, gooeyest couple you'd ever meet. And in this book, they are like spicy. They are biting each other's heads off and biting other things. I mean, I would not have expected from this book what this book gave me. It was a pleasant surprise for sure. I loved everything about it. It was amazing. Okay. I need to stop trying to give non-spoiler summaries because I feel like I'm not even making any sense. So let's move on to the character art. I'm going to do this in order now. So all of the character art is done by L.P. Moreland, the artist. Excuse me. And on Instagram, it's on here. Her handle on Instagram is LPM_draws. So, excuse me. So LPM_draws on Instagram. She does all the cover art that I'm about to show, or not the cover art, all of the character art that I'm about to show you, for all of these books. So Only When It's Us, Willa and Ryder, this is their character art. And I think this is just so beautiful because this is them, the wild curls and everything. I use these character arts as bookmarks. So, beautiful. Always Only You. We have the most beautiful character art. And I will say some of this character art may be considered a spoiler. So, probably is considered a spoiler. So I just want to leave it at that. Please take with that what you will. The character art for Ren and Frankie. This beautiful, look at the beach in the background. It's just gorgeous. I love them so much. So much. Trying not to bend anything. Okay. Ever After Always. Freya and Aiden. This is theirs. So gorgeous. I love them so much. I hope you guys are pausing and looking at these in intricate detail like I did when I got them. With You Forever, Axel and Rooney. You'll find... Do I not have an Axel and Rooney? I don't have an Axel and Rooney. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I have an Axel and Rooney or an Oliver and Gavin, because I did not get the pre-orders with these, and I haven't gotten these signed yet. So I got those other three when I went and got them signed. Hopefully I'll get to go see Chloe again soon for her to sign these and give me the character art, because now I have to have them now that I just thought of that. It's going to drive me a little wacko until I get them, but I know they're going to be beautiful and amazing. So if I really, really want to go see them, I'm sure I can track them down somewhere. But I do have a Ziggy and Seb from If Only You, because I did do the pre-order for this one. So I got these gorgeous babies. Aren't they beautiful? And I do have my Only and Forever, our last babies. We have Vigo and Tallulah being adorable. And I'm keeping them right here until I'm done with the book again. And guys, that's it. That's our Bergman Brothers series. Here they are. As beautiful as ever. I cannot wait to get my UK copy of Only and Forever, and I cannot wait to get my Afterlight exclusive edition of the series, and then I'll have, and also the rest of the trad copies, because then I'll have, like I said, 3 whole sets, which is, completely acceptable and understandable, and we all support each other in our book buying things here. Okay. I need to stop talking because I'm really starting to lose my words. But thank you for watching. I hope that you loved this chaotic video. If nothing I said made sense, let me leave you with this. Please go read the Bergman Brothers series. They should be available anywhere books are sold. Especially in libraries, or not that they're sold there, but they should be available in libraries, including the Libby app. Hoopla, I think, has the audiobooks depending on your location. But because they did get picked up by Trad, they're more available everywhere. So I hope that because they did get picked up by Trad, they're more available everywhere. So I hope that you go read them. I hope that you love them. If you've already read them, I hope that you are as equally in love with them as I am. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!